Hello, everyone. I'm here today with Layla, and she took the MBSR class with me this summer. We learned some mindfulness, and she's here to tell us a little bit about her experience. Hello,
Hi, Amy.
Layla. I'm wondering where were you before taking the course? What was going on for you?
So I'm a recent graduate from your course. It's pretty fresh. And before the course, I was just busy with research and studying. I'm a doctoral student in the psychology program, and it never stops. So everything was just so hectic, so stressful. And I've been preparing for this big exam coming up. So I was just busy with mostly school stuff and studying before I started taking your course.
So how did the course help you?
God, this would be a 5-hour conversation if I had to focus on every positive aspect of it. But so I think I need to start answering that question by focusing on why I took this course. So as I mentioned, everything was so stressful. And then I realized that I couldn't focus on doing anything that I had to do, getting things done on time. It was just a very stressful time, and I couldn't be productive in anything that I had to do. And that affected my relationships at work and with friends, because it was just defined by stress. So when I started taking your course, I had no background in meditation or yoga or mindfulness. I mean, I have read about it and it just sounded great, but I never thought I would have time to be mindful or focus on the present moment. And so I have an example that pretty much summarizes my experience in your class, and I think many people can relate to it. So as I was reading a few weeks ago, I realized, okay, so there's this paragraph. I keep reading through it, and it seems like I didn't read it. I make progress, but I don't remember anything. And I was really frustrated, and I keep going back to it. And finally, after many tries, I got it, and I was able to move on. And I realized that this is what we do on a daily basis with our routines, the things we do on like every day, that while we're doing something, we're thinking of 100 other things and not really focusing on the present moment. And so the difference between these two examples is, in the paragraph, you have time to go back and reread it and try to focus. But in your life, once a moment is gone, it's gone. And there's just no way to go back. So if someone tells you you have 30 seconds to read this paragraph, you would focus on it. You would try to, avoid distractors, because you have to read it and you have to focus on it, or it's gone. And I think we should treat our life the same way every moment. And this is what I learned in your class, that if I don't pay attention to it, I won't get another chance. I can think about the past or future, but my present, as you've said before, becomes my past so quickly. And that's the focus that I learned from, one of the things that I learned from your class. And I think it's just a life-changing lesson for me, aside from everything else.
So the final question is just how else have you seen any results from your experience in your life?
So I've learned to not react too quickly, and take literally 1 second to take a breath, and that makes such a big difference. And if someone told me this before, your class would be like, okay, no, there's no way that would make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could you stop yourself while you're emotionally aroused for anything, anger or stress, and just breathe? And it's possible. It's really possible for people even without experience. So the structure of your course taught me that. And I can apply that to anything in my life. I can apply that to those relationships that are hurt because of my previous stress. I can apply that to preparing for this upcoming exam. So it's just noticing, being present, and also accepting things that are happening in your life, because we don't have perfect lives, unfortunately. And acceptance and noticing it makes it much easier to deal with. So yeah, these are, again, I can just keep going. But yeah, I can apply what I learned to every aspect of my life.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the great lessons